modest attire that avoids the exposure of the midriff, thighs, legs, or chest. Specifically, men are expected to wear dhotis or pajamas, while women must wear saris, half saris, or churidars with an upper cloth. This specific dress code is what the Madras High Court has laid down as one of its conditions for permitting a cultural adal padal, a dance and a song show at a temple in Thoothukudi district. The court explicitly stated that there shall not be any obscene display or dance, that no women participants should be depicted or portrayed in an obscene or undignified manner, either in the form of clothing or otherwise, during the performance. It has also prohibited the use of double meaning songs to ensure that the program does not spoil the minds of students and youths. Welcome to The Print. I am Ruchi Bhattar, and let's look at this Madras High Court order, which isn't a first timer, imposing such highly prescriptive conditions on temple festival performances. Year after year, similar petitions have reached the court, with organizers seeking permission for cultural events and the court allowing them with restrictions on such conditions. So, why does the same legal battle keep returning every festival season? And how has the High Court shaped the rules around these performances over the last decade, prescribing dress codes to banning double meaning songs? The Madras High Court this week, again setting strict anti obscenity rules for the cultural program, has mandated that the organizers ensure that only cultural programs having some relevance to the temple or the festival in question would be conducted. Justice L. Victoria Gauri allowed the event but imposed rigorous conditions to maintain the sanctity of the religious setting. She warned that any violation of these obscenity and dress code conditions would result in immediate legal action, including the arrest of the organizers and all the members of the temple committee. Additional rules include a 10 p.m. curfew, a ban on political and communal tones, and a requirement that the entire program be videographed. Justice Gauri had a controversial appointment as a judge in 2023. Previously an advocate and former BJP Mahila Morcha National Secretary, her appointment to the High Court was objected to by many lawyers when the Supreme Court Collegium headed by then CJI D.Y. Chandrachud recommended her elevation. Earlier this year as well, in March, the court was petitioned by a resident S. Arun seeking directions for police protection and permission for the Valli Thirumanan drama and dance program in connection with the Sri Kalyaman Temple Festival. Justice Gauri granted the same and had ordered that no women participating in the cultural program would be depicted or portrayed in an obscene or undignified manner, either in the form of clothing or otherwise. Similar rules like the recent June order were imposed in March as well this year, like the 10 p.m. curfew and even the prohibition on double meaning songs. Another matching order was passed in March by Justice Gauri's bench when a resident, after being rejected by the police, petitioned the High Court seeking permission to conduct the cultural event of Karagattam, a popular folk dance in connection with a temple scheduled to be held from March 8th to 10th in the Trichy district. Justice Gauri was of the view that the traditional dance of Karagattam should not be distorted either in the mode of dancing or in the mode of dressing up, and made clear by her order that the proper dress code as displayed in the Tamil movie Karagattakaran should be followed by dancers while performing the art. This isn't a new jurisprudence evolved this year by the High Court. Almost every year, the same chain of events follow. Residents who are denied police permission to organize and host music and dance festivals approach the High Court seeking permissions. The High Court grants them permission and imposes such conditions on dress codes, double meaning songs, and time curfews. Like in December last year, petitioned by a resident of the Karur village seeking permission to organize sporting events and the Adal Padam Cultural Festival, the High Court allowed the event held on January 1st on one condition, that the festivities do not include any obscene acts and cause a law and order situation. In January 2023, the High Court was petitioned by M. Murugan, the General Secretary of an organization functioning to promote the welfare and social upliftment of the people belonging to the Kuruvar community, an indigenous ethnic community in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. He had sought a direction to ban these cultural dance programs as they denigrated the Kuruvar community members. The High Court passed an order. Justices R. Mahadevan and J. Satyanarayana Prasad directed the Tamil Nadu government to ensure that the dance shows do not use caste or tribal communities and vulgar, obscene dance shows passing off as a Kuruvan Kurat dance, and it cannot be staged at the temple festivals. The bench had acknowledged that despite various directions of the High Court, obscenity in dance persists and such misrepresentation and misappropriation of the Kuruvar's indigenous art form would hurt the community's feelings. In May 2017, when the High Court was petitioned by several individuals and groups in Madurai to allow them to organize cultural events, the bench passed a similar order laying down similar conditions. It said that there should not be any kind of obscene dance or vulgar dialogues during the performance by any of the participants, and no dance or songs touching upon any political party, religion, community, or caste shall be played. Even flex boards and banners depicting political inclination were not allowed. For the annual Dashera festival, the High Court ordered the same in August 2017. A division bench had said that the devotees were coming in the guise of gods and goddesses with religious fervor for the festival, and in such a scenario, obscene dance is not acceptable and in fact banned obscene dance there. This was also in response to pleas seeking permission to hold cultural events there. In October 2015, however, allowing a cultural dance program to be held as part of a temple festival in the Namakkal district, after the police denied permission for the same, the Madras High Court laid down 8 conditions for the organizers. Justice M.M. Sundaresh had said that the organizers should not allow any kind of obscene dance or vulgar dialogues during the performance by any one of the participants. Double meaning songs should not be played so as to spoil the minds of students and youths. No dance or songs referring to any political party or religion, community, or caste should be played, he said, and the function should not affect either religious or communal harmony and shall be conducted without any discrimination based on caste. Again, in February 2014, the Madras High Court dismissed a writ petition filed by a hotelier seeking to conduct nightly cultural dance programs. It ruled that the potential for the indecent representation of women justifies preventative action by law enforcement. The judge then had stated that the police have a social obligation to take preventative measures rather than waiting for a crime to be committed. The court placed heavy emphasis on the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Act, which defines such representation as any depiction of a woman's body in such a way as to have the effect of being indecent or derogatory to or denigrating women, or is likely to deprave, corrupt, or injure the public morality and morals. With that, thank you for watching.